Live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to This Day in History, aka TDH. I am Aoxander. You viewer are you. We will be joined by the Loon, hopefully, sooner rather than later. And today is Thursday, aka Friday, May 15th, 2026. The show is about interesting and important events that happened today throughout the annals of recorded history. We have a pretty good show for you today. 43-page document, although some of them are redundancies from yesterday, so we'll see. And is this even picking up? Yes, it is. I forgot to put on voice activity in Discord, so there you go. Now things are better. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And you are?
Golden Loon.
Yeah. Anyway, on with the show. Starting us off in 221, Liu Bei, Chinese warlord, proclaimed himself Emperor of Shu Han, the successor of the Han Dynasty. 392, Emperor Valentinian II was assassinated while advancing into Gaul against the Frankish usurper Arbogast. He was found hanging in his residence at Vienna. Yikes.
Not good.
So, 1589, King Arthur, which, by the way, do you know where Gaul is?
No.
You know where Gaul was? France.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
The Gallic Empire, or the Gallic whatever. 589, King Arthur married Theodolinia, daughter of the Bavarian Duke Garibald I. As a Catholic, she had great influence among the Lombard nobility. So that's an arranged marriage there. 756, finally on the primary source here, Abd al-Rahman I became Emir of Cordoba, Spain. He was the founder of the Arab dynasty that ruled the greater part of Iberia for nearly 3 centuries, becoming Emir of Cordoba, Spain. So, 1194, Michael the Syrian reconsecrated the Morbar Sama monastery, which he reconstructed after its destruction by a fire. The monastery stayed a center of the Syriac Orthodox Church until the end of the 13th century. The Syriac Orthodox Church, my bad. 1213, King John of England named Stephen Langton as Archbishop of Canterbury. And that sounds like a nothing article. That's what it was last year. They've since edited this article, so it says here, after years of disagreement and political struggle, King John of England yielded to Rome and allowed Stephen Langland to return and become Archbishop of Canterbury. The crisis is a major factor that led to the Magna Carta in 1215.
Whoa.
So we've dropped the name Magna Carta a couple of times actually over the past week.
Yeah.
No, and it's coming up here soon. 1252, Pope Innocent IV issued the papal bull Ad Extirpanda, which authorized but also limited the torture of heretics in the medieval Inquisition. So it allowed it, but also said, pump the brakes a little. So that's, I don't know what to think of that. So, 1464, Battle of Hexham, English Yorkist troops led by Jean Neville, Earl of Montagu, defeated Lancastrian force headed by Henry Beaufort, Duke of Somerset. Neville then had Somerset beheaded. Yeah, well, he was the leader of the enemy. So, 1492, Cheese and Bread Rebellion. German mercenaries killed 232 residents of Alkmaar in the Netherlands. Probably because they're, revolting. They didn't have cheese and bread and everything, so they got killed. What a great way to prove the rebels right.
Yeah.
1525, the Battle of Frankenhausen. German peasant army was surrounded, resulting in 5,000 getting slaughtered, ending the peasants' uprising, unfortunately. So, their source says insurgent peasants led by Anabaptist pastor Thomas Munzer were defeated at the Battle of Frankenhausen, ending the German Peasants' War in the Holy Roman Empire. 1532, the English Church submitted to the King of England in passing a convocation in which it surrendered a number of rights, such as to make provisional ecclesiastic laws independently of the King. 1536, Anne Boleyn and her brother George Lord Rochford were accused of adultery and incest. They stood trial in London on charges of treason, adultery, and incest, and Anne Boleyn was condemned to death by a specially selected jury. She was the Queen of England, and it looks like they ultimately killed her, because this picture right here, you have a guy swinging, getting ready to hit a home run, with her head as the ball. So, 1567, the wedding of Mary, Queen of Scots, and the Earl of Bothwell, the chief instigator of the murder of her previous husband, Lord Downley, took place. Wow. So she married the murderer of her original husband. What the hell? 1571, Venice, Spain, Naples, the Papal States, and other Italian states established the Holy League to fight the Ottomans, resulting in the victory at Lepanto later that year. So the Ottomans, they were Muslim, Islamists. So, 1632, Cape Cod discovered by English navigator Bartholomew Gosnold. Well, not really discovered, but more like named. So, 1610, Parliament of Paris appointed Louis the Eighth as French king. All right, and that's 1610 right here. So, okay. So we have edited here. Parliament of Paris appointed 8-year-old Louis the 13th. Wait. Okay, yeah, that's why it says 8. So Louis the 13th, not 8th. So yeah, it was written weird. So he was the 13th. 8-year-old as French king. Following the assassination of his father, Henry IV, Louis's mother and Henry's widow, Marie de Medici, served as regent until 1617.
It's kind of weird. The 8th is just in parentheses. It doesn't tell you 8 years of age.
Yeah. It's supposed to be his age.
Yeah.
But as I said, this is what it was. It's the same source.
Yeah.
Both articles are for the same source. This is just edited, upon it. So, 1618, German astronomer Johannes Kepler discovered the third of his 3 planetary laws, the harmonic law. He confirmed his previously rejected discovery of the third law of planetary motion. He first discovered it on March 8th, but soon rejected the idea after some initial calculations were made. Well, what is this harmonic law?
I was just going to ask that.
Let's look this up here really quick, and we are not yet to that. Oh, well, no, this is... that's this is the Peasants' Revolt.
Oh, okay.
This painting above is a part of a huge mural by Werner Tup, installed at the Panorama Museum in Frankenhausen, Germany. This image should not be downloaded, copied, or otherwise used from the present website. Oh, whoops! Looks like Well, at least if anything, I advertise their website so they can get foot traffic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Kepler's laws of planetary motion. Let's look at that here. It gives good approximates for the orbits of planets around the Sun. They were published by Johannes Kepler from 1608 to 1621 in 3 works: the Astronomia Nova, the Harmonis Mundi, and the Epidemie Astronomiae Comprehensinae. The laws were based on Kepler's concept of solar fibrils, adapted to the accurate astronomical data of Tycho Brahe. These laws replaced the circular orbits and epicycles of Copernicus's helioclastic model of the planets with a heliocentric model that described elliptical orbits with planetary velocities that vary accordingly. The 3 laws state that 1. The orbit of a planet is an ellipse with the Sun at one of the 2 foci. 2. A line segment joining a planet and the Sun sweeps out equal areas during equal intervals of time. And 3. The square of a planet's orbital period is proportional to the cube of the length of the semi-major axis of its orbit. No clue what that means, but it sounds really interesting. So I'm going to start working on
a little bit, but
somewhat.
not enough to explain it.
I mean, if I sat here and studied it, I figured it out.
I read it
so
2 or 3 times. Then
Kepler's laws of planetary motion.
Harmonic law.
Planet. There you go. Yeah, harmonic law. So yeah, this link and anything else that we collect through the show will be in the under the description section after the live stream. There's already stuff down there that's pretty interesting. Anyway, so it says here. I already read that part. 1625, 16 rebellious farmers were hanged in Valkemark, Upper Austria. Yikes. 1643. Now this was removed from the secondary source. Louis the 14th became King of France at the age of 4, but I think we covered that yesterday. So,
just don't remember.
Yeah. 1648, the Treaty of Munster ratified by Spain and the Netherlands. The Peace of Munster was ratified, by which Spain acknowledged Dutch sovereignty. All right. 1665, Pope Alexander VII appointed committee to investigate Jansenism. What's Jansenism? Yeah.
Jansenism.
That one. Yeah. Have you heard of it?
No.
Okay. I was going to say, you pronounce it pretty good. It was a 17th and 18th century Christian theological movement within the Catholic Church, rooted in the writings of Dutch Bishop Cornelius Jansen, particularly in his book Augustinius, published in 1640, which emphasized the necessity of divine grace and the limited role of human free will in salvation, drawing heavily on the doctrines of Augustine of Hippo. It emerged primarily in France and the Netherlands as a rigorous reaction against perceived moral and theological laxity associated particularly with the Society of Jesus. Huh.
Wow.
Okay. So let's add this here into the underbar section really quick. So copy that, paste that over here. There we go. All right. Moving on up to 1672. First copyright law enacted in Massachusetts. All right. We're not there yet. 1701, the War of Spanish Succession began. Okay. 1711, Alexander Pope's An Essay on Criticism was published anonymously. Huh. Okay. 1718, James Puckle, a London lawyer, patented the world's first machine gun. Gun. Now this is it right here, the Puckle gun. Now, what this
That's
is...
in 1718?
1718. Well, it's the predecessor to the Gatling gun. You can see it's the same thing as a crank.
Yeah.
But what it did was, like, you basically, you had it ready to go, you fired, and then you crank it to the next thing, and then you fired that one, then you crank it to the next thing. So it's an automatic, like... Well, no, but you physically turn it. It's not automatic. You turn it, but
you had to fire each round.
Yeah, individually. It was all manual and everything. Now, what's interesting is you probably see here. You see the round here.
Yeah.
But these are square holes right here. You want to know why the Puckle gun had square rounds?
Why?
To be used against anti-Christians. They had specific. If they knew they were going to fight like Jews or Muslims, they would specifically use these rounds because it would hurt more, and the square hole is a lot harder to suture than a round hole. So it was to ensure that they died and painfully at that because they're not
Christians. The square hole is more painful.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's more painful, and because it's a lot bigger of a hole, it's a lot more difficult to suture it, to stitch it back up, to recover from it. So it was specifically to be used against non-Christians, which is horrifying when you think about it.
Yeah.
But then again, during war and everything, and I think it was from the same video. They even like here it is right there with you can see the square rounds a lot better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've seen videos on it. It's really this guy. He does really good videos right here. The Puckle gun. Oh, this is a whole. Oh, here it is. This is what I want right there. This channel is really good. So I'm gonna throw this in the underbar section. Puckle gun. Alright. Yeah, Forgotten Weapons. This channel is really good. You can see I've already watched it.
Yeah.
With the light right there.
Yeah.
Pardon me. Anyway, moving on up. 1791, Maximilien Robespierre proposed a self-denying ordinance making it so that no deputy who sat in the Constituent Assembly could sit in the succeeding assembly. So you can only occupy one chair at a time.
Yeah.
That makes sense. 1793, Diego Marin Aguilera flew a glider for, quote, about 360 meters, end quote, at a height of 5 to 6 meters, one of the first attempted flights. Mm-hmm. Nice. I'm going to just do it.
Way ahead of the Wright brothers. Wright brothers,
yeah. Well, they were also white, too. So, I guess this is a glider or something. So, that's wild. Look at that.
Yeah.
What else do we got? That would have been a cool image for the thumbnail there. 1800, King George III survived a second assassination attempt. 11 years later, Paraguay gained independence from Spain. This is their national day. Now, this was removed from secondary source, and I think we covered this yesterday, although I'm not entirely sure. I'm fairly certain that we did. No. Anyway, 1817, the first private mental health office opened in the U.S., Asylum for the Relief of Persons Deprived of the Use of Their Reason, now Friends Hospital. At least the name, rolls off the tongue a lot better. In Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. All right. That's pretty cool. And this is that's a cool looking building.
Uh-huh.
Looks like a manor, So. 1829, Joseph Smith ordained by John the Baptist, according to Joseph Smith. So according to himself, he got ordained. I don't think so. And he was the guy. Yeah, he was the founder of Mormonism.
Yes.
Okay.
Smith.
Okay. Well, according to him, he got baptized and everything. So wouldn't be the first lie he told. 1836, Francis Bailey observed Bailey's beads during annular solar eclipse. Why not annual? Annular. That's weird. Do you remember what a Bailey's bead is?
No.
The eclipse, like the little beady parts along the edge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these things. Like
Okay.
They look
Yeah.
like beads.
Yeah.
So, named after him because he's the first one who coined it or something. 1841, we have the first immigrant wagon train to reach California left Independence, Missouri on a 1,730-mile journey over the Sierra Nevada. So this is when they started.
Yeah. But where were the immigrants from?
Immigrant.
Immigrant.
Immigrants. So, like, they're... Because technically that's not U.S. land.
Right.
You know, or I think it was, I'm not sure, you know. But I guess they're both immigrants and immigrants. They're leaving and coming back, if I'm making any sense.
Yeah.
So, 1849, Philadelphia Turingian was founded. What the hell is that? That's a weird word. Let's look this up here really quick. Philadelphia Turingian Collection. Okay. What is this? The National Turn Fest at Philadelphia. This is just deceased June of 1950. Well, yeah, I think everybody in this photograph is dead. But what is this? Turingian. That's a weird word.
1950, they could be, if they're 20 years old, they could be still alive.
No, this is from 1849.
Oh, 1849.
Yeah.
That's in 1950.
Well, no, they said that one of the guys was dead in 1950.
Oh.
But that photo is from, 100 years ago. So, well, this is all in German. So, creative. If you can let us know, that'd be great.
Yeah, where are you?
1849, now this is also no longer either source. The Sicilian Revolution of 1848 was finally extinguished. 1850, the Arana Southern Treaty was ratified, ending the existing differences between Great Britain and Argentina. That's also no longer in either source. So that might have been from yesterday, or I'm not sure. 1851, the first Australian gold rush was proclaimed, although the discovery had been made 3 months earlier. And I think we talked about that 3 months ago, about it being discovered, but people wouldn't really notice until 3 months later. It said back then.
Well, they're probably keeping it quiet.
Yeah, after what happened in California. Yeah. 1862, Confederate ship Alabama was launched at as the Enrica at Birkenhead in England, where she had been built in secret. So there you go, England building ships for the Confederacy. Despite proclaiming a stance of neutrality, they're straight up making... That's a lot more than the Lend-Lease thing. That's straight up building stuff. 1862 as well, the first baseball enclosure opened at Union Grounds in Brooklyn. What's an enclosure? Like a stadium?
Yeah.
Like, 1862 as well, the U.S. Department of Agriculture was created, Afuela. 1863, Salon des Refuses opened in Paris, exhibition of works rejected by official salon, featuring Paul Cézanne, Camille Pissarro, Henry Fannin Latour, James Whistler, and Edward Manet. Never heard of any of those people? This guy looks crazy. So let's see. Let's do an image search of this. I was looking at this, and look at all the paintings.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this in itself is a painting.
Wow.
So it's a painting of a bunch of paintings, but we have a photograph. So these were all people who were rejected by the official things. This is not a photograph. This is another artist's interpretation. But just look at all the works, just floor to ceiling.
Yeah.
That's awesome. 1864, Battle of New Market in Virginia. That sounds like a whatever article. Other source, however, during the American Civil War, Battle of New Market, Virginia, students from the Virginia Military Institute fought alongside the Confederate Army to force Union General Franz Sigel out of the Shenandoah Valley. So students were fighting.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah. So, 1869, this is why I use multiple sources. Yeah. 1869, the National Women's Suffrage Association formed in New York, founded by Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton. I recognize her. I've seen her before. Women's rights activist and abolitionist. And then Susan B. Anthony, of course.
Yeah.
So, national women's suffrage. I'm all for that. 1882, the May laws, Russian Tsar Alexander III banned Jews from living in rural Romania. Here we go again.
Wow.
Like every single day without fail, there's always at least one article where something happens.
Why were they banned?
That's why I keep asking, But to actually ask is anti-Semitic. Ooh, don't ask why, because as soon as we start figuring out why this keeps happening, they start losing, their legs to stand on of being victims. So, 1891, British Central African Protectorate, which is now Malawi, formed. All right. We also have operations began at Phillips and Company in Holland. What kind of operations? Military, medical? It just says operations began here. And what the heck is Phillips and Company? And they're in Holland. What's happening? What's going on? 1891 as well. Pope Leo XIII published encyclical Rerum Novarum, Rights and Duties of Capital and Labor, addressing the condition of the working class. So he defended workers' rights and property rights in the encyclical Rerum Novarum, beginning a modern Catholic social teaching. 1897, the Scientific Humanitarian Committee was founded in Berlin by Magnus Hirschfeld, the first ever homosexual, now Alpha Mafia, also known as LGBTQ rights organization. That's weird. That's why there was a pro homosexual thing in 1897. I don't know. This sounds like propaganda, or maybe it's not.
I don't think it.
I don't know. In 1897, they were killing gays.
Yeah.
Well,
sure wasn't acceptable.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe this is true and everything we know is a lie. I don't know. Somewhere along the line, we got lied to in history. Anyway, in 1902, Baliundo Revolt began after Ovimbundu Kingdom and allies revolted against Portuguese Empire in Benguela Highlands, central Portuguese Angola. 1902 as well, Lehman Gilmore was the first person to fly a powered aircraft, a steam-powered airplane with a heavy boiler and coal as a power source. What? You have a coal freaking boiler to fly an aircraft? How is that possible? Wow, look at that thing. That is ridiculous. Let's see if I can bigger this. I cannot. Are you seeing this?
Yeah, it's wild.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Flew a steam-powered airplane at Grass Valley, California, of course. And then now it makes sense. Only in California can something this wild.
It's going to have to be a big-ass plane.
Well, yeah. Due to the requirement of a heavy boiler and the dependency on coal as a power source, the flights would have been unsustainable. There's a question, Gilmore is the first person to fly a powered aircraft or not. However, all records, papers, and evidence related to this aircraft were destroyed in the 1935 hangar fire. There are photographs from 1898 showing Gilmore's machine, but none showing it in the air. So this is all a possibility.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling maybe that they were intentionally burned. It's always a good cover-up.
A boiler, which is heavy, it's water.
Yeah. Yeah, water's
you
heavy.
You got to carry coal, too. That's not that
Coal's
heavy.
heavy.
It's still bulky.
Yeah, well, coal's it's a rock. It ain't light. So, 1905, Las Vegas was founded in Nevada. See, Las Vegas, Sin City.
Yeah.
1906, MLB New York Giants pitcher George Hooks Wiltz struck out 4 Reds batters in 1 inning as catcher dropped a 3rd strike. Palace of the Fans in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah. 1910, the last time a major earthquake happened on the Elsinore Fault Zone in Southern California, Lake Elsinore. We were just there a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we were.
1911, British House of Commons accepted Parliament Bill. What does that entail? Oh, if anybody can look that up, though, that'd be great. Let us know in the comments section. Speaking of comments, do we have anything? No. Okay. Moving on up. 1911 as well, Supreme Court dissolved Standard Oil, the Sherman Antitrust Act. In Standard Oil Company of New Jersey versus U.S., the U.S. Supreme Court declared Standard Oil to be an unreasonable monopoly under the Sherman Antitrust Act and ordered the company to be broken up. We need more of that today. So many things need to be broken up and dissolved and all that stuff. 1912, Ty Cobb rushed a heckler at a New York Highlander game and was suspended. Well, heckler shouldn't have been heckling.
Well, you can't rush the paying fan. Sorry, you're going to go down every time.
Well,
as a ball player, yeah.
Well, remember that one time all those people on the basketball court, they came up there?
Yeah. Yeah.
1914, Bolivia became a signatory to the Buenos Aires Copyright Treaty. We've spoken about that treaty before. 14 as well, U.S. Colonel Edward Howe sailed for Europe to persuade major powers to reduce armies and navies from Germany. House reports, quote, everybody's nerves are tense, it only needs a spark to set the whole thing off, end quote, in 1914. Well, yeah, This is actually no. This is before the Lusitania, I believe. But like World War One, actually, I think it started on November 11th. I would say, because I think it started and ended on the exact same calendar date. So it's a 4-year
something like that. Yeah.
World War One start. I'm gonna say November 11th, 1914. No, July 28th. It's until November 11th. Okay, I was wrong.
How many years though?
Well, 4 years, 3 months, and 14 days.
Okay.
So, but July's next month. So that's well, it's a month and a half before it starts. 1916, Asiago, Italy fell when Austrian troops attacked the Italian front. Isn't Asiago like a type of cheese or something?
I don't think so.
Asiago.
No, I've never heard of that.
It is.
Oh, I'll be damned.
Yeah. No, like I remember like some commercial and they kept going, oh, it has Asiago, like, you know, trying to really push it as something. So, yeah. That's the only reason why I know is because of freaking commercialism not shutting up about it. Yeah. We also have claiming that the USA must act to quell dangerous disorder. The government ordered U.S. Marines to land in Santo Domingo. The American occupation will continue until 1924. So that's 8 years right there. 1916 as well, a 17-year-old farm worker, Jesse Washington, was infamously lynched in Waco, Texas, USA, after being convicted of struggle, snuggle, and murder.
Wow.
That's horrible. No. 1917, the first officers' training camp was opened in the U.S. as the country prepared for war.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. We had already declared for it, though.
Yeah.
18, the first regular U.S. airmail postal service began between New York, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C. So a three-way route.
Yeah.
Yep. 1918, the Finnish Civil War ended. Okay, that sounds like a nothing article, but like, you know, I'm going to read it anyway because I love it when wars end. I don't like it when they start, but when they're done, you know. Other source, though, says the Finnish Civil War ended when the whites took over Fort IOYO. Now, whites is in like that's the name of their group, not white people.
Right.
But you know, you have the whites, the reds,
the browns.
you know, the browns, the you know, they're white shirts, you know, and everything. So, took over Fort IOYO, a Russian coastal artillery base in the Karelian Isthmus from Russian troops. So the Russians were the reds, you know, the red shirts, the white shirts, the black shirts, the brown shirts. You know, these aren't skin colors, they're clothing. 1918, Greek troops landed at the Ottoman-held city of Smyrna, known as Izmir today, beginning the Greco-Turkish War. So other source says during the Greek occupation of Smyrna, the Greek army killed or wounded 350 Turks. Those responsible were punished by Greek commander Aristides Stenardagos. Confirmed, second source is 1919. So this is not, wait. Oh no, this is not. This is two different articles.
Yeah.
Never mind. So, yeah. So still though, reading both of them, that's huh. So yeah. So this is this is when they landed on there, and then 1919, this other thing happened. So okay.
Why do you go back to 1918 here? You're out of order.
Well, because I thought this was from that article,
okay.
and there was because remember it said discrepancy here earlier.
Yeah.
That's why. Anyway, 1918 as well. Washington Senator Walter Johnson pitched 1-0 in an 18-inning game, and
You pitched the whole 18 innings?
yeah.
Jeez.
Well, that was back when people actually did work. Nowadays, people are too weak to do anything. 1919, beginning of the Winnipeg General Strike, as more than 30,000 workers walked off the job in the largest strike in Canadian history. Now, let me read this from the other source because this doesn't. The primary source didn't cover this. The Winnipeg General Strike began by 11 o'clock. Almost the entire working population of Winnipeg had walked off the job.
Man.
We're done. That is what we need to do as a people, as a global society. We need to just walk off and stop participating in society until society gets its head out of its ass. Enough of this AI crap. Enough with treating people as less than human. We're human beings, damn it. We deserve rights. We deserve money. We deserve recognition.
You don't deserve anything. You earn it.
Well, sure as shit, the politicians didn't earn shit. So,
I'm not gonna argue that.
1919, Cincinnati Reds scored 10 runs in top of the 13th to beat the Brooklyn Robins 10-0 at Ebbets Field in Brooklyn, New York City. Wow, They came back.
Yeah, they did.
Wow. Actually, they didn't come back. They nobody had anything. It was 0-0 until the 13th there. 1921, British Legion formed to care for ex-servicemen. But did they? Is the question. Did they actually care for them? 1921, Italian general election, national bloc, including Mussolini's fascist 35 seats, won most seats, but not a majority, thank goodness. 1 year later, Germany turned over the Upper Silesia region to Poland under Allied pressure, and despite a plebiscite in favor of merging with Germany. 27, Hollywood landmark, the Roosevelt Hotel, opened in Los Angeles by Douglas Fairbanks, Mary Pickford, and Sid Grauman. Grauman.
Yes, Grauman's Chinese.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's why that name's familiar.
Yeah.
Site of the first Academy Awards ceremony in 1929. Okay. 28, Mickey Mouse made his first ever appearance in silent film Playing Crazy. I thought it was Steamboat Willie.
Well,
that was with sound.
Yeah.
So this is first appearance.
That's right, Steamboat Willie was the first sound, yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, are they trying to rewrite history so that way Disney can, bump up their copyright crap? Yeah. So, 29, a fire in an X-ray film stock killed 125 people at Krill Clinic, Cleveland, Ohio. Jeez. That's horrible. 1930, Ellen Church became the first female airline stewardess aboard a United flight from San Francisco to Cheyenne. Like Cheyenne, Colorado?
Wyoming.
Oh, okay. I thought Cheyenne Mountain was in Colorado.
Never heard of Cheyenne Mountain.
Well, that's where NORAD's at. The North American defense thing that we have with Canada and everything. It's a huge, nuclear-proof bunker. They have all sorts of... I just want to show you. You never heard of Cheyenne Mountain?
Heard of Cheyenne, Wyoming, that's it.
Cheyenne Mountain, images. Yeah, no, it's a whole bunker system.
So where is it? Is it Colorado?
It's in Colorado Springs. That's why. Colorado Springs, Colorado. Cheyenne Mountain. Interior. They have everything
I've seen that in movies and stuff. Haven't they used that in movies or?
Well, mock-ups, yes. But this is a legitimate functioning facility.
No, I mean.
But they have right here, they have all this stuff on big springs to absorb shock and all. It's a serious thing in there. 1931, Pope Pius XI published encyclical Quadragesimo Anno on the dangers to human freedom and dignity from unrestrained capitalism, socialism, and communism. Hit the nail on the head with that one there, buddy. Capitalism, communism, it's all the same crap, 32, the 15th May incident in an attempted coup d'etat. The Prime Minister of Japan, Inuki Tsugoshi, was shot and killed, assassinated by Navy officers in his home. But what do you mean attempted coup d'etat? They killed him. Wouldn't that be successful? Unless, people loyal to him stopped it. So, I'd like to know more about this. They killed him.
Written. If they killed him, it wasn't attempted. It was success.
But it's only a success if those who killed him gain power. But if those on his side kept the status quo, then it wouldn't have happened. So I'd like to know more about that. 1933, the first voice amplification system to be used in U.S. Senate. I try to say first and voice at the same time. Voice. So. 33 as well, all military aviation organizations within or under the control of the RLM of Germany were officially merged in a covert manner to form its Wehrmacht military's air arm, the Luftwaffe. Yep. 34 as well, U.S. Department of Justice offered $25,000 reward for Dillinger, dead or alive.
Ooh.
Yeah, John Dillinger. 34, a self-coup. What the hell is a self-coup? How do you self-coup? By Prime Minister Carlos Ulmanis succeeded in Latvia, suspending its constitution and dissolving its Saima. Now, what's a Saima? A Saima. Never heard of that. How the hell do you self-coup?
Well, he abandoned it. He's in charge, then he abandoned it, I guess. And put himself in charge. I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah.
The Saima is a parliament of the Republic of Latvia. Okay, so it's a parliament. Okay. Parliament.
I actually said constitution, but it's the parliament. The structure, not the words.
35, MLB Pittsburgh Pirates squeak past Phillies 20-5 at Philadelphia Baker Bowl. 20-5 is not squeaking past. What are you talking about, squeaking past? 35 as well, Moscow Metro opened to the public. The initial phase was 11 kilometers or 6.8 miles long and included 13 stations. And the Moscow Metro is world famous. Like, made by the Soviet Union and everything. Their stations are palatial.
Wow.
That was under communism. Like...
They were under communism in 35? Yes, they were.
Yeah, it started in 19... Like, the communist uprising happened to get them out of World War I in 1918.
Yeah.
So, since 1920, 1921, there was communists going on. I mean, but that's not the Kremlin. That's just any subway station. Yeah. They're palatial. They're magnificent. 36, Amy Johnson arrived in Croydon, England, having flown from South Africa in a record 4 days and 16 hours. That's pretty fast from back then. 38, Puckle made his debut playing for the Negro League baseball team Kansas City Monarchs at Rupert Stadium, Kansas. All right. So 1940, German Armored Division moved into northern France. We were talking about the Blitzkrieg the other day. We also have German troops occupied Amsterdam with General Winkelmann surrendering. Winkelmann. I mean, with a name like that, I'd surrender too. So he sounds like a Winkle.
And that's where the Blitz comes from in football.
Yeah. Well, like, you know what Blitzkrieg stands for, right?
Yeah, quick...
lightning war.
Yeah.
Blitz, lightning, Krieg, war. 40 as well, German troops occupied... We got that one. 1940 as well. Nazis captured General Dutch Paris Bureau, the ANP. So the Battle of the Netherlands, after fierce fighting, the poorly trained and equipped Dutch troops surrendered to Germany, marking the beginning of 5 years of occupation. Yikes. Thank goodness it wasn't 6, though. 1940, Richard and Maurice McDonald opened the first McDonald's restaurant in San Bernardino, California.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Kroc came along and bought him out.
But I thought it was
McDonald Brothers.
But more... Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, Richard and Maurice.
Yeah.
Okay, Big Mac. Then where did Mac come from? Oh, I guess McDonald's.
It's a hamburger.
Yeah. Well, I know it's a hamburger.
But they coined it Big Mac from McDonald's.
Yeah. But I was trying to remember because I remember one of them had a bad word for a name, Richard, Dick. So, I didn't know the other guy was named Maurice. So, which, by the way, the founder, we got to watch that movie. That's, I hate what Ray Kroc did, but it's a good movie.
Oh, that's the one about McDonald's?
Yeah,
I've seen that. It is a good movie.
Oh, you have seen it?
I believe it's the same one we're talking about, yeah.
The founder?
I don't know the name of it, but yeah, where he comes out to see why they're buying so many milkshakes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
41, the first British turbojet flew. Okay. The first flight of the Gloucester E-2829, the first British and Allied jet fighter. So, English engineer Frank Whittle successfully tested his design for the first turbojet engine aboard a Gloucester E-2839 flying from RAF Cranwell. So there it is, right there.
So Germany was also working with jets.
Oh, they started in mid-30s. They already had like the Messerschmitt and all that stuff.
Well, they blew it.
Oh well, Hitler blew it. He also viewed nuclear science as Jewish, so that's why they didn't really do anything. But like the saving grace to that like truly like the only reason why really we won the war was because of Hitler's ego and idiocy. I mean. Like, if he wasn't so hateful, he could have very easily won. And that's kind of crazy to think about. 41, New York Yankees Joe DiMaggio started a 56-game hitting streak with the only RBI in a 13-1 loss to visiting Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to it, but I had his signature on a dollar bill.
Oh, I hope you didn't spend it.
Oh, of course I didn't spend it, but I don't know what happened to it.
Well, I mean, if you didn't spend it...
No, I would have never spent it.
I don't know where it went then.
I don't know either. That's what I'm saying. I have no idea where it went.
Did you know, like when was the last time you saw it? Before this house? Before last house? Like...
Oh, it's got to be way before this house.
Okay. That's a shame.
It is, yeah.
1941, during World War II, Nazi occupiers of the Netherlands forbade Jewish music. I didn't even realize... Well, I guess like... I guess that. So, 42, gasoline first ration in the U.S. 17 eastern states, and also that Trump's theme song from what's it called? What was Trump's reality show? Like
You're Fired or something?
Yeah, no, it wasn't called You're Fired, but it was.
No, I know.
Like the executive or whatever it was called.
Yeah, something.
The theme song to that is a Jewish song as well.
I didn't.
No.
Never watched it.
Yeah. Hold on a second. It's Trump. Reality show business. What was it called? The Apprentice.
Yeah.
There we go. The Apprentice theme song. Oh, yeah. Like this also. I'm making a joke, obviously, but this also is. This would have been banned here if it's gonna play. It's not gonna play. It's money. You know the song Money?
Oh.
I'm making a really stupid joke.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm making a joke saying that's a Jewish song because it's about money.
Oh.
You know? Anyway, 1942, gasoline was first rationed in the U.S. in 17 eastern states. We got that. 142 as well. During World War II, Nazi occupiers in the Netherlands arrested 2,000 Dutch officers. Yeah. We also have in the U.S. a bill creating the Women's Auxiliary Corps, WAC, was signed into law, the WAAC. We spoke about that yesterday.
Yeah.
43 as well.
The Navy is the waves.
Yeah. Joseph Stalin dissolved the Comintern, or the Third International, to avoid upsetting his Western allies with claims he was trying to foment revolution globally. Oh, he absolutely was. 44, 14,000 Jews of Munich's Hungary were deported to Auschwitz. Horrible. 14,000. And that was today. 44 as well. Dwight D. Eisenhower, Bernard Montgomery, Winston Churchill, and King George VI discussed the plans for D-Day. And can't wait for that movie coming out at the end of this month. Pressure. So, we also have 45 during World War II. The final skirmish in Europe was fought near Prevlje in Slovenia. Even though VE Day was a couple days ago, there's still fighting going on.
Well, that's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, like how many times have we said essentially the final fight of the Civil War? Like 3-4 different times?
Yeah. Yeah.
48, Australia scored 720 runs in one day versus Essex. This is a world record.
Wow.
48 as well.
A lot of runs.
Yeah. 48 as well. End of the British mandate over Palestine after 28 years. Yeah, well, you know, the Zionists got what they wanted, and so did Hitler. The existence of Israel makes Hitler win. So, 1948, troops from Egypt, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia attacked Israel. Following the expiration of the British mandate for Palestine, the Kingdom of Egypt, Transjordan, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia invaded Israel, thus starting the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. We covered that yesterday. 1950, Adnan Menderes was elected Prime Minister of Turkey in the country's first democratic elections. Excellent. 51, AT&T became the first U.S. corporation to have 1 million stockholders after a young car salesman, Brady Denton, purchased 7 shares worth $1,078.
Whoa, that's expensive.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Wow. We also had the first vaginoplasty, a sex reassignment surgery in the UK performed by Roberta Caldwell by Harold Gillies. So performed on them. So, okay. 52, Johnny Longden became the second jockey to ride 4,000 winners. Yeah. Who was the first?
I don't know.
Yeah. 53, in his first world heavyweight title defense, Rocky Marciano knocks out former champion Jersey Joe Walcott in the first round at Chicago Stadium.
Yeah.
You know, the belt is mine down, you know?
Rocky Marciano was a great one.
Yeah. It's a really interesting first round. Like, it reminds me a lot of every time I get into a fight, there's always 2 hits. Me hitting my opponent and them hitting the floor. You know? 53, the Urey Miller experiment using primordial soup to show how life on Earth might have originated, written by Stanley Miller, was published in the journal Science. That's huge. I'm just going to do an image search of that really quick because I just want to show you. Like, you know, they use, like, you know, this... whatever this scientific thing, they use ocean water and then heat source and primordial ooze. They somehow created a whole thing there. What else do we got here? 1955, building of Space Travel Center at Baikonur, Kazakhstan began. It was the Soviet Space Travel Center. So, 55 as well, the first set of Makalu, the world's 5th highest mountain, on the China-Nepal border in the Himalayas. But who was the ascender? Who was the person who did it? They don't mention the guy's name, or woman, but yeah. 55 as well. The Vienna Treaty in Britain, France, the U.S., and USSR restored Austria's independence. All right. 57, evangelicist Billy Graham launched his crusade in front of 18,000 people at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Crusade of what?
Of Christianity.
Well, no, I mean, this is not a war crusade. This
No, it's a crusade for Christianity.
Okay. 57 as well, Operation Grapple, Britain tested its first hydrogen bomb near Christmas Island in the Indian Ocean. So, at Malden Island. So, Christmas Island, Malden Island, one of those two. Mm-hmm. So, hydrogen bomb.
Yeah.
We also have the Soviet Union test the world's first intercontinental ballistic missile, the R-7, crashed prematurely after 400 kilometers or 250 miles. Wait, we're not there yet. What is this?
I have no idea. It's a statue of something.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Statue. Huh. Okay, well, it's, that's weird. I guess, we've already, oh, this is it. 53, Ostap Zayakin's monument to the destroyed city unveiled in Rotterdam. So that's it right here. So that's the guy's thing. Here we go. That's the first ICBM. Look at that.
We've come a long way.
Oh, yeah. Oh. What else do we got here? 1955, we got that one. We got that one. Operation Grapple. 1957, 1958, USSR launched Sputnik 3. And I initially wasn't going to talk about that, but we have another Sputnik launch later on, so I threw that in there. 59, the 100th anniversary of the first college baseball game between Amherst and Williams teams reenacted the original contest. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's even more wild that they're still around. That both teams, from then are still around. 1960, Sputnik 4 was launched into orbit, but later recovery was failed. So they didn't recover it. So we have two Sputnik launches on the same calendar date, just a couple years apart.
Yeah.
Now this one made me almost throw up in my mouth. 1960 as well, taxes took 25% of earnings in the U.S. So every dollar, a quarter went to the government.
Yeah.
Weren't we founded on no taxation without representation and all this bullshit?
Supposedly
and now,
you're representative, so you pay taxes.
Well, we're not represented at all. 61, Bonanza by Al Carolia Orchestra hit number 19. Does that sound familiar at all? The Al Carolia Orchestra, Bonanza, 61.
I just remember the show Bonanza.
Okay. Well, I don't know if that's a show or...
It was a Western thing, so I don't think it had anything to do with that.
We also have 36 Unification Church couples wed in Korea. Okay.
I bet you that's the theme from Bonanza. I bet you that's the theme from Bonanza, the show.
Let's look this up here really quick. Let's see if it'll even show us this. Bonanza. That's it. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm going to listen to this later on here. 1961 as well. Pope John the 23rd published encyclical Mater et Magistra on Christianity and social progress. 62, U.S. Marines arrived in Laos. Why Laos?
What are we doing in Laos? Oh, Vietnam.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Why Vietnam? You probably saw my comment here.
Yeah. No, I didn't see it.
Oh, okay. 63, 5th Grammy Awards. I Left My Heart in San Francisco. Robert Goulet won.
Robert Goulet,
okay. We also have folk singing trio Peter, Paul, and Mary won their first Grammy for cover version of Pete Seeger's song If I Had a Hammer.
If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a hammer, I have a machete. And, I have a hammer downstairs, I guess. I could really use a sledge, though, but then again, I would start scrooping once I get my hand on that. 63, last Project Mercury flight was launched, Gordon Cooper in Phase 7. So, the Mercury Atlas 9 with astronaut Gordon Cooper on board. He became the first Stadian to spend more than a day in space, and the last Stadian to go into space alone, according to other source. 65, Canadian Football Players Association organized, and I think that's soccer.
Canadian football, no.
Or do they play hand egg like we do?
They do. It's a bit different, but it's a bigger field, and there's differences. So it's still football.
But that sounds more like rugby then.
No, it's football.
Huh. Okay. Well, Canada, they got bacon wrong, so of course they would get that football wrong. So, yeah. 66, South Vietnamese army battled Buddhists. About 80 die. What the hell? What's going on? 67, in re-Galt, U.S. Supreme Court ruled juveniles accused of crimes should be given same legal rights as adults. Yes? I mean, what the hell? If you're underage, you don't have any rights? What kind of a bullshit was that? 68, the first American League game was played in Milwaukee, is a 4-2 California win against Chicago. Excellent.
First AL game played in Milwaukee. Oh, in
Milwaukee. So, 68 as well, Joe Massot's psychedelic feature Wonderwall with music by George Harrison premiered in the Cannes Film Festival. All right. 1970, Elizabeth Holsingen and Anna Mae Mays named the first female U.S. generals.
Ooh.
So President Richard Nixon appointed Anna Mae Hayes and Elizabeth P. Holsingen the first female United States Army generals. Nice.
Yeah.
We also have International Olympic Committee voted to expel South Africa. Must be because of apartheid or something.
Yes.
So
I would almost say certainly.
Mississippi, Highway Patrol killed 2 students during a racial disturbance at Jackson State University in Mississippi. 71, Irish Republican Army member William Billy Reed was shot dead by British soldiers in Belfast. 71 as well, Radio North Sea International ship was bombed. Huh. So that's not good. 72, assassination attempt on U.S. Governor George Wallace of Alabama by Arthur Bremer in Laurel, Maryland. One of the very few times I'm sad that an assassination did not happen.
Yeah.
You know, like
he ended up in a wheelchair from that, I believe.
Well, that's not bad enough for him. You know, he deserves pain
He was
for what
a
he did.
segregationist. He told you where he stood.
Yeah, and I would like to see him stand 6 feet under the prison. Fuck him, you piece of shit. 72, bus plunged in the Nile River, killing 50 pilgrims in Mania, Egypt. Horrible. I guess pilgriming to like on Hajj or something.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
72 as well. Ryukyo Is and Daito Is were returned to Japan after 27 years of U.S. control. So after World War II, you know.
Yeah.
So
it took a long time.
Yep. We also have the island of Okinawa under U.S. military governance since its conquest in 1945, reverted to Japanese control. 73, California Angel Nolan Ryan's first no-hitter, defeating Kansas City Royals 3-0. Yeah. 74, beginning of the Ulster Works Council strike called by Ulster loyalists and unionists who were also against the Sunningdale Agreement, which proposed a sharing of political power with Irish nationalists. 74, Ma'alat massacre, Palestinian terrorists took school hostage, 25 mostly children were killed, and 68 were injured. Members of the Democratic Front for the Liberation of Palestine attacked and took hostages at an Israeli school. A total of 31 people were killed, including 22 school children. Well, if they weren't being invaded, that would have happened. Yeah. 1976, Fawn Song by Hayats hit 91. Why are we documenting something in 91? Who cares? That's weird.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. Never heard of it.
I don't either. Like,
is that Fonz? F-O-N-Z?
Yeah. You know, would it be with
Maybe
the Fonz of Happy Days?
Fonz? Maybe. I don't know.
Let's look this up. The Fawn Song,
Yeah.
the hits from Fonzie Favorites vinyl LP. Oh, well, let's see here.
Shouldn't have made it to 91.
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Is this about him? Well, I mean,
I don't
it's
know.
obviously the Fonz.
That is the Fonz, but I don't know anything beyond that.
I don't know. Anyway, it sounds very 70s. 76 as well, the Ulster Volunteer Force launched a gun and bomb attack on 2 pubs in County Armagh, killing 4 Catholic civilians and wounding many more. A British Army soldier was later convicted for taking part in the attacks. Yikes. 1981, actually, did we even get your time? Like, did I even mark it? 1946? 1946, I don't think I
remember.
1946.
I remember it coming up, so I guess it did.
That was the, okay, well, lose times.
There you go.
And it's another cricket article. Yeah.
Just glad we skipped it.
Well, no, we read it, but I
know we did.
Yeah. But, yeah. Anyway, 1980, yeah, where we were, 1981?
Yeah.
This one here, yeah, it has to be. George Harrison released single all those years ago in the United Kingdom. The song was a tribute to John Lennon and featured Ringo Starr on the drums and Paul and Linda McCartney on backing vocals. We also have Len Barker of Cleveland pitch Perfect Game versus Toronto. All right. 1981 as well. SCTV Network 90 sequel to Second City Television debuted on NBC. Okay. 81 as well. Soyuz 40 carried 2 cosmonauts, one of them Romanian, to Salyut 6. I think that was one of their space stations. We also have the TV comedy film The Harlem Globetrotters on Gilligan's Island, aired on NBC.
What?
Yeah, apparently the Harlem Globetrotters.
On Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Now it makes you wonder, how the hell did they get off, but Gilligan stayed there?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's not cool.
Dumb.
83 as well. Madison Hotel in Boston was destroyed by an implosion. Thus goes a historic landmark. 86, former president of Argentina, Leopoldo Galtieri, was sentenced to 12 years in prison for mishandling the Falkland Islands War. 1987, AO's time. The first Energia launch, USSR. Energia. I've never heard of that. So, yeah, right here.
Kind of rocket, I guess.
I'm gonna look that up here really quick. Let's see here. Come on, get rid of the Fawn song. That was terrible. Yeah, so some rocket. Yeah, it was a super heavy lift launch vehicle.
Ah.
Wow, look at that. Look at how wide that is. Look at that.
Thing's huge.
Yeah, and you know this is the rocket they're launching. That's just all fuel and boosters.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Did you ever? Do you know what the Dragon rocket is?
No.
I'm just going to show you this really quick. So, now this was a concept, and it was based off of the Saturn V, but this was basically like a much larger form of it, and this was on the drawing board, and this almost happened. So I'm just gonna play this really quick.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now the reason why they're launching, because this, you know, you're going to see how big it is, but it was so big and it was so powerful that if they didn't launch it in the water, it would break itself up by the vibrations of the launching.
Oh.
The water countered the vibrations by keeping it compressed. It needed atmosphere. So just watch.
Oh, man. Oh, are you kidding? Look at the tsunami is created. Oh, are you kidding me? Come on.
It's not over. It's not over.
Wow.
The Sea Dragon.
Good grief.
Like, I'm just
So
going to...
that was on the concept table, huh?
Yeah, like it would have been the biggest space vehicle rockets. I just want to show you how big it is. So here's a Saturn V, and then there's a Sea Dragon. So that's what took us to the moon.
Yeah.
And this was this was built, I think, to deliver equipment and stuff for a moon base.
Yeah.
So wild. What else do we got here? 1986, we got that one. 1987, we also have the last episode of The Late Show with Joan Rivers after the host was fired by the Fox network. Rest in peace. 87, record archery score for a pair over 24 hours was set. But what was the score?
Yeah. Just to back up for one quick deal on the Late Show with Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers.
Yeah, she was good friends with Johnny Carson. Was on his shows all kinds of time, and she was kind of in line to take over his show. And he got really offended that he felt like he got stabbed in the back when she got her own show on a different network.
Well, that's just personal then.
Yeah.
So. I still want to know the score though. Record archery score. What is it?
I
What
don't
the
know.
88, the Soviet Union began withdrawing its 115,000 troops from Afghanistan after more than 8 years of fighting. Wow. 89, Maxwell House Coffee ran ads during Roe vs. Wade movie despite threat of boycott by right-to-lefters. Don't get into politics. 89, Soviet President Gorbachev, tear down this wall, visited Beijing for the first Chino-Soviet summit in 30 years. That's not good. The communists are talking to each other. They're getting stronger. Now, as well, U.S. Basketball League canceled its summer schedule. Was there a strike or something? Like in 89?
I don't remember.
Yeah. 1990, Portrait of Dr. Gachet by Vincent van Gogh sold for $82.5 million this year.
Yeah.
Art is such a money laundering scheme, I swear. 1990, Edmonton Oiler Peter Kilma scored to defeat Boston Bruins in third overtime period, the longest standing cup final in history. Dang. 91, defense released documents claiming Noriega was CIA's man in Panama. I mean, our government works hand in hand with its enemies because at the end of the day, they're all part of the club. We also have Edith Crescent became France's first female prime minister. I wonder if she did a good job. 91 as well, Red Sox and White Sox played the then slowest 9-inning game at 4 minutes 11 seconds. Is that slow for an inning? 4 minutes?
No.
Or unless that's in hours, which I can't.
4 hours 11 minutes. Got
For
it.
one inning?
Well, that would be.
How is
off.
that possible?
4 minutes 11 seconds. No.
Like,
They can't get it done that quick, I don't think. And they're saying the longest, right?
yeah.
Played.
Oh no,
then
slowest. The slowest 9-inning game.
Oh, that's 4 hours 11 minutes and 9 innings. Okay.
Oh.
Still a long
Game. Yeah. So not the slowest inning, the
Yeah,
slowest 9-inning game.
Yeah.
Okay. 91, U.S. President George Herbert Walker Bush took Queen Elizabeth to Oakland A's Baltimore Oriole game, which he apparently found dull, with the excursion only lasting 2 innings. Wow. What a great way to ruin relationships. Remember when they tried teaching me how to eat hot dogs and he was using a knife and fork, the king or whatever? Like,
Yeah.
You want to represent the bourgeois and why you need to be overthrown by the people? There you go. 92, Colombo 92 opened in Genoa, Italy, or Genoa, or whatever. We also have New York department store chain Alexander's announced the closing of all 11 stores. Okay. 92 as well, part of Kruger Avenue in Bronx was renamed to Regis Philbin Avenue. Or Philbin, Regis Philbin.
Regis
Why is that
Philbin.
name familiar?
He had a talk show.
Okay. 93, Alamodome in San Antonio, Texas opened.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it's a sports stadium.
Yeah.
So,
Baseball.
all right. Okay. 93 as well, Montreal Expo retired their first number 10 for Rusty Staub. All right. 93, Body Snatchers, directed by Abel Ferrer and starring Gabriel Anwar and Meg Tilly, premiered at the Cannes Film Festival. Now, that can't be Invasion of Body Snatchers, can it? Because that came out a long time before that, right? The Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
It seems like it.
Yeah, because it was a black and white movie and everything. So I wonder if this was like a reinventing of it or
I don't
something.
know. They did make black and white movies. They'll even make them today if they want to do it in that genre for whatever reason.
Hold on a second. 1956.
Okay.
So it's very much not that
yeah.
one. 97, Philip Glass's Symphony No. 4, Heroes, based loosely on David Bowie's 1977 album Heroes, premiered with the Academy of St. Martin and the Fields, conducted by Martin Brabants at the Crouch Inn Festival in North London, England. So we plagiarized, okay. 97, STS-84, Atlantis 19 launched the 6 shuttle Mir mission to dock with the Russian space station Mir. We also have the United States government acknowledged the existence of the secret war in Laos and dedicated the Laos Memorial in honor of Humong and other secret war veterans. And we spoke about the Marines going to Laos earlier, this same date, so I wonder if that's connected with this.
Gotta be.
So, 99, Columbus Crew Stadium, now historic Crew Stadium, the first Major League Soccer stadium constructed in the U.S. I don't think it gets much use. 2001, the Fiesta single released by R. Kelly featuring Jay-Z and Boo and Gotti, Billboard Song of the Year 2001. Neither of these people, especially R. Kelly, I don't know about Jay-Z, but R. Kelly, it's not a good name anymore. 2001, as well as CSX EMD SD42 rolled out of a train yard in Waldridge, Ohio, with 47 freight cars, including some tank cars with flammable chemical, after its engineer failed to reboard it after setting a yard switch. It traveled south driverless, before, self-driving locomotion, so this is not good driverless, for 66 miles or 106 kilometers until it was brought to a halt near Kenton. This incident became the inspiration for the 2010 film Unstoppable, which I have seen, and that's very wild. Have you seen that movie?
No, I have not.
Like, it's crazy. Unstoppable curve scene. There's one scene where like they're approaching the curve going really fast, and they got the train up on two wheels. Actually, so right here, if I can find it, here we go. So it's going way too fast for that turn, and it gets up on two wheels or something. Like, it doesn't look like it's going fast. There he goes. That's a lot better. Like, why is it? Oh, here we go. See, he's trying to stop. It's leaning.
Yeah.
Oh. That's wild. It's a crazy movie. 2002, Bowling for Columbine, a documentary directed by Michael Moore, had its premiere at the Cannes Film Festival. So, like, is that Columbine Massacre or something?
I believe so. Michael Moore did all kinds of documentaries.
Yeah.
Lefty.
Yep. 2004, Shrek 2, directed by Andrew Adamson and Kelly Osbourne, with voices by Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, and Cameron Diaz, premiered at the Cannes Film Festival. We also have Arsenal Football Club, went an entire league champion unbeaten in the English Premier League, joining Preston North End FC with the right to claim the title The Invincibles. 2005, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, directed by George Lucas, starring Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, and Natalie Portman, premiered at the Cannes Film Festival. A lot of Cannes Film Festival stuff happening. 2008, California became the second U.S. state after Massachusetts in 2004 to legalize homosexual marriage after the state's own Supreme Court ruled a previous ban unconstitutional. Okay. Hollywood Fixer in 2008, Anthony Pellegrino was found guilty of 76 counts, including racketeering, wiretapping, and wire fraud. That's not good.
No.
2009, Eurostat reported that Austria, Belgium, and Romania have all entered recession in the first quarter of 2009. Yikes. Speaking of 2009, we also have French Institute of Statistics and Economic Studies announced French narrowly avoided recession in 2008. Gross domestic product, the GDP, shrank 1.2% in first quarter of 2009 after falling by 1.5% in final quarter of 2008. Other source says French Institute of Statistics studies yada yada yada. Recession was okay, so it's the same thing.
Yeah.
2010, Jessica Watson, at the age of 16, became the youngest person to sail solo non-stop and unassisted around the world. Who the hell lets their child?
Yeah.
They should be disbarred from having kids.
Remember that though.
Yeah.
Remember her.
They should not be allowed to have kids. The parents. Jessica Watson should be a ward of the state. 2012, Greece's fifth attempt to form a coalition government failed, and new June elections were scheduled. 2012 as well, Eurozone economy narrowly avoided recession, only to record a recession the next year for the sixth straight quarter.
Whoa.
So 2012 to 2013. So they almost avoided it, or they narrowly avoided it, and the next year was not so much. We also have an upsurge in violence in Iraq, left more than 389 people dead over 3 days.
Wow.
2015, Carl Icahn invested $100 million in Lyft, a ride-sharing service. And I almost worked with them. So I was thinking about working, back in the day, signing up for the Uber, Lyft, ride, all those various things. Thank goodness I didn't. 2017 as well. First U.S. prosecution under Federal Hate Crimes Act of violence against transgender person, murderer Mercedes Williamson. So, okay. We also have a state of emergency declared in Sana'a, Yemen, after outbreak of cholera killed 115 people. United Nations Security Council condemned a North Korea missile test. Well, so what? We're going to sit there and just, we're going to condemn you. Okay, yeah, that's going to make Kim Jong-un shaking his boots.
They didn't care.
2018, Laurel versus Yanni disagreement over what the world heard on an audio file began across social media.
Oh, yeah.
What did they hear?
Well, some say they hear Laurel, and some say they hear Yanni.
Oh, so it's one of those, the dress is blue, the dress is white thing?
Yeah, but Laurel and Yanni, that's
majorly different, yeah.
But people will swear they're saying Yanni.
Well, 2018, 58 Palestinians were killed by Israeli forces and 1,700 hospitalized on the Gaza border, protesting opening of U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem and 70-year founding of Israel. Whatever excuse they need to just, terminate an entire people, I guess. 2018, controversial Kerch Bridge linking Russia and annexed Crimea opened by Russian President Vladimir Putin at 19 kilometers, the longest bridge in Europe. Gotta take a look at this. So, let's see here. Oh, wow, look at that. Yeah, it just goes off into the horizon. Look at that.
Wow.
You can see it from space. It's so big.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Look at that. Come on, load. That's a heck of a bridge right there. And there's a train, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's traffic and train, and then that makes sense. It's a double lane train. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, you'd have to at that length.
2018, flyover collapsed in Varanasi, India, killing at least 18 in a flyover, like a freeway flyover.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also have Malaysian politician Anwar Ibrahim was released from prison after being pardoned by King Mohammed V. I wonder what he did. North Korea threatened to pull out of summit with U.S. and South Korea, saying it can, quote, not hide our feeling of repugnance, end quote, towards U.S. Secretary Advisor John Bolton. Well, stop doing nuclear tests, you bunch of psychopaths.
Pretty quick by Trump, too.
2018 as well, Taliban forces attacked and claimed it has seized control of the western city of Farag in Afghanistan. 2019, Alabama passed a law banning abortion on almost all cases, including struggle, snuggle, or incest. That's where I disagree. If it's incest, if it's struggle, snuggle, then by all means get an abortion if you want. But if you want an abortion because you just refuse to be held accountable by your actions, fuck you, have the baby, and then, then get your tubes tied or something. I don't know. Because clearly you're not behaving like an adult. 2019, baseball pitcher Edward Jackson took the mound of the Toronto Blue Jays, his record-setting 14th MLB game, earning no decision, a 4-3 loss to the Giants at Oracle Park in San Fran. Okay. Findings from China's Tianji rover on the moon suggested a huge asteroid created the giant crater on moon's far side, with impact so great it cracked the crust and reached the mantle below, published in Nature. Or so China says. 5 of the world's biggest tech companies pledged to tackle extremist material at the Christchurch Call initiative in Paris, hosted by Jacinta Ardern and Emmanuel Macron. That just sounds like an attack on Christianity there. Jeff Koons' rabbit sculpture sold for $91.1 million, setting a new record for a work by a living artist at auction. Buyer later identified as hedge fund manager and MLB New York Mets owner Steve Cohen. Once again, art is nothing more than a giant, money laundering scheme. But this, $91.1 million for a giant, polished pile of
whatever it is
of chrome. Whoop-de-doo. 2019, we were still in 2019. Mexico City declared an environmental emergency after air pollution reached dangerous levels. And U.S. birth rate in 2018 was the lowest for 32 years. Total fertility rate, 1,728 births per 1,000 women, with record low for teen births. Well, that's good. Teen births should be at 0, 2021, China landed its Xeron rover on Utopia Planitia Mars for the first time as part of the Tianwen 1 mission. 2022, rock band The Who, British rock band The Who, returned to Cincinnati, Ohio for the first time since tragic December 1979 stampede that killed 11 concert goers. Yikes. We also have Finland's government said it intends to apply to join NATO following the Russian invasion of Ukraine, ending decades of neutrality. NATO needs to go, though. We also have Hassan Sheikh Mohammed was elected president of Somalia in a vote restricted to the country's 328 members of parliament amid security concerns. Well, that sounds like bogus. MLB Pirates won 1-0 over Cincinnati Reds despite getting no hits in Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. How do you? Oh, okay. I guess bunting, walking. Okay.
Sacrifice.
Yeah. We also have Pope Francis canonized Dutch Roman Catholic priest and anti-Nazi activist Titus Brandsma from 1881 to 1942 as a saint. Excellent. Martha Stewart in 2023 was Sports Illustrated's oldest ever cover model at 81, appearing as part of its swimsuit issue.
Cover model? Holy cow.
An 81-year-old lady is a swimsuit model? I mean, just the wrinkles alone makes me want to throw up.
Well, the swimsuit magazine, she was a cover model. not necessarily in a swimsuit.
Okay. She also said the N-word, so I don't think she's magazine cover newsworthy. 2024, Singapore's Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong stepped down after 20 years in office, replaced by Deputy Prime Minister Lawrence Wong. That's a long time in office. 2024, Slovakian Populist Prime Minister Robert Fico leader was shot and wounded in an assassination attempt in Handalova, Slovakia. So while meeting with supporters. We also have a state of emergency was declared in New Caledonia amid violence that killed 4 people, prompted by France giving French residents more voting power. Well, like they shouldn't have a colony to begin with. You know, like didn't we abolish colonies and all that stuff after the end of the Second World War? I thought that was one of the main points. No more colonies.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I think so. We also have surrealist artist Leonora Carrington's painting Les Distractions de Dagobert sold for $28.5 million in New York, making her the most valuable British-born female artist at auction. So, okay. Let's see what this... okay. Like, this looks actually good. Let me see here. Can you give me a bigger version of this? No, of course you're not. So let's pull this out.
It's pretty
here.
weird.
It looks cool though. There's a lot of detail in it. This, I would say, is almost worth $28.5 million.
Yeah.
I mean, well, look at all the detail. This probably took her years to make. I mean, that's incredible. That's a painting. So, I'd say that is almost worth that much. What else do we got here? 2025 American or Stadium R&B singer Chris Brown, another not good name to drop because I think he beat his girlfriend or something. At the age of 36, was arrested and jailed upon entering England on charges of unprovoked attack in a 2023 nightclub incident. Yeah, he was a violent guy. And that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description below for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. A lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis. And we brought you a good portion, I'd say 80 to 90%. Or actually, no, probably 75 to 80% of the articles. So yeah, 43 pages, over an hour long. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff. Anyway... So, for your dose of Passive Events Daily, we stream at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. For all of you and all of us, I'm A.O. Xander.
Golden Loon.
And UVRU, and until you catch us next time, whenever it is, wherever it is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection. Check the underbar. These links will be down there. And rate